Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Ready? Set.
He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range.
Get set.
Dropping back, it's Penix. They're trying to get to him. He'll fire to his right. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of times you roll your quarterback to the right or to the left, and in this case, the right. And you're trying to get him outside the pocket to buy him a little bit of time, get him off that spot, take some deep shots, and he missed, but it was a nice shot down the field.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got his man. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
And they stop the 4th down pass. The defense gets off the field.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it, everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he stopped.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles, and he can also go out.
Well, you don't see this every day. They're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Looking for a productive play on first down.
Set. Patriot, Patriot.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Forced out of the pocket. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Let's go.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense.
Get ready. Set.
Looking to throw, it's Penix. Pocket starts to collapse. He'll try to do it himself. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet, and he was able to do that, and now they got a fresh set of downs.
Leaves it with the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And he makes the catch, but he can't stay in bounds. That'll be incomplete. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He slings it deep to the left. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. The play action fake. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Pirates. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there getting set. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10.
42, Spider.
They'll give it to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want them.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds.
Let's go.
East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Davey, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Quickly complete. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10.
180.
To throw, it's Penix. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Dances away to buy time. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
My old coach always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. He got flushed outside the pocket. Listen, it's okay. You can throw an incompletion. Don't create a turnover. Don't try to force it. At least the quarterback took care of the football.
Trailer. Snare.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Gets away. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. 3rd and long, and the defense dialed up. Heat, and more heat.
And I love that. I love being aggressive on 3rd and long. I want the ball out of the quarterback's hands. I want to find a way to play man coverage on the outside. I want to make it very uncomfortable for you. I don't want to give you time, and the defense did just that.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
29 Philly, 2-9 Dino.
Scanning the field, it's Tebow. Gets it to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
On the ready.
Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10.
Moose. Ready, go.
He's gonna pass. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Looking to throw on second down. Complete to the left. Pass to 10. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll call for the fair catch here. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
To the air, it's Penix. Fires to the big fella. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Catch in the middle, it's Jordan. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. And the Pirates have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Let's go. Set.
He wants to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something.
Just plowing down the field. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo.
White 94 slider.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast, and you saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Lets it go to the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, Purple Pirates! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll come out throwing on first down. He wants to take the top off. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they'll send out the field goal unit. It is perfect. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. The Pirates will kick it off to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
That's caught. It's Jordan. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Got it set up on the outside. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. You can feel the momentum starting to swing in this stadium. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Tebow. Fires left. What a snag by the defense. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
Pressure coming. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. They'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Gets it out quickly. Open runway ahead. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, ECU. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money, he's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. All wideouts, no backs. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. The sure hands, it's Jordan. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the third quarter.
Okay, ready?
And now a fresh set of downs for this offense.
Green 25.
Back to throw, it's Tebow. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, East Carolina.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 20.